First off, welcome everybody. Welcome to The Tonight Show. What a show we have for you. What a show we have for you tonight. Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson are my guests tonight. That's right. That's right. Loki and Captain Marvel are here. I gotta say, going to Comic-Con is fun, but it's even more fun when it comes to you. You know what I'm saying? Come on. That's right, Loki is here tonight, and speaking of the god of mischief, former President Trump is in the news. That's right, Trump's classified documents trial is coming up, and I read that prosecutors may call for testimony from workers at Mar-a-Lago, including a plumber, a maid, a chauffeur, and a woodworker. So clearly Trump hid his documents in the toilet, the closet, the car, and Eric and Don Jr.'s treehouse. That's right, a plumber, a maid, a chauffeur, and a woodworker could be called to testify against Trump, and we actually got our hands on the plumber's interview with the lawyers.
Really?
Yeah, listen to this.
Please state your name for the record.
It's me.
I'm sorry, I need a name.
It's me, Mario.
Thank you. Now tell me, what was it like being Trump's plumber?
Mamma mia.
I see. Now, did Mr. Trump keep classified documents in his bathroom?
Oh yeah.
And did he ever offer you anything for your silence? Interesting. One final question, okay?
Okie dokie.
What did his penis look like?
Dude.
No, hey. What is...
Why would he ask that?
I don't know why.
That seems ridiculous.
I don't know why he asked. It seems what?
Ridiculous.
Well, changing subjects, people are talking about this. New York City Mayor Eric Adams is under investigation for receiving illegal campaign donations, and apparently the FBI just seized his phones. Yeah. Everyone's like, phones? Plural? Oh, yeah, he's guilty. Yeah, the phone. Yeah, when New Yorkers heard about the news about the mayor, just out of habit, they were like, friggin' de Blasio. What? Hey guys, this is exciting. The 2024 Grammy nominations were announced today. And some of the top nominees including SZA, the Barbie soundtrack, and Taylor Swift. Yeah. Taylor has a bunch of nominations. Let's just say that she could become the first artist to break 10,000 steps at an award show. It's crazy. This year, Taylor Swift could win a Grammy, an Oscar, and the NFL MVP. That's true. All three. No one's ever done it. Speaking of Taylor, a man in Maryland started a Taylor Swift jar that his wife had to put $1 into every time she mentions Taylor Swift. Well, it turns out a lot of people have jars to get them to stop doing certain things. I'll show you what I mean in a new segment called Other Jars.
Other jars, now it's time for Other Jars.
First up, Mitch McConnell has to put $1 in his jar every time he starts buffering.
Other jars.
Next up, Chip and Joanna Gaines have to put $1 in their jar every time they say the word shiplap.
It's another jar.
Yeah. Here's the next one here. Joe Biden has to put $1 in his jar every time he calls a 70-year-old kiddo.
I call that another jar.
Yeah, and finally, here's the last one. Gary, the Golden Bachelor, has to put $1 in his jar every time he makes you ugly cry by just being himself. That's it for Other Jars.
How about we hear another jar?
No, that's all. That was the last one.
Come on, man, just one more jar.
Okay, here's one. Ron DeSantis has to put $1 in his jar every time he stands on his tippy toes to see the options at Chipotle.
That was great, now one more jar.
No, another? I really don't have any more. There's no more jars.
One more jar.
No more jars.
One more jar.
No more jars.
One more jar.
The bit is over. I'm sorry.
You must give me one more jar. I am all powerful. Deliver it to me now, jar, or perish.
All right, okay. Donald Trump has to put $1 in his jar every time he shows up to court and asks to meet Judge Judy.
That is all for Other Jars.
Whew. And finally, everybody, the Census Bureau just announced that the world population has topped 8 billion. So on behalf of everyone, I just want to say thank you to Nick Cannon. We have a great show tonight. Give it up for the Roots. Come on.
White doves at my doorstep will come around, go around like the vortex. Competition, I'm all for it, quartet.
Hey, everybody. As I said, Grammy nominations came out today, just this afternoon, and I want to say congratulations to our very own Tariq Trotter, who got nominated for a Grammy! Yeah! Yes! Tariq got nominated for Best Rap Performance for your song Love Letter. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Come on. Black Thought. Black Thought right there. Come on. Congratulations. Woo. That's how you do it. That made me happy. Come on. I also want to mention all next week we're going to see how I arrive to work every day when I walk in the building.
Really?
It's a new thing like they do with the NBA players in the arena.
Right.
Yeah, it's very similar to me, right down to some of my outfits. Anyway, it's going to be Tonight Show entrance week.
Ooh, wow.
So tune in for that.
The whole week?
Yeah, the whole week. But first, what a show we have for you tonight. He is an Emmy and Tony-nominated actor whose series Loki is now streaming its second season on Disney+. Tom Hiddleston is here! Plus, she's an Oscar winner who you can see in the Apple TV Plus series Lessons in Chemistry, and her new film, The Marvels, opened in theaters today. Brie Larson is joining us. Plus, he is a comedy legend, one of my favorite comedians ever. He wrote the musical Spamalot, which is back on Broadway at the St. James Theater. Eric Idle is here, ladies and gentlemen. And we got great music tonight. Rick Ross and Meek Mill. Come on. Guys, today is Friday, and that's usually when I catch up on some personal stuff. I check my inbox, return some emails, and of course, I send out thank you notes. Now, I was running a bit behind. Is that okay? Can I write out some thank you notes now? I appreciate that. James, can I get some thank you note writing music, please? Thank you, Ohio, for legalizing recreational weed. Wait, you're telling me a state known for eating chili on top of spaghetti just now legalized weed? Come on, Ohio. Thank you, The Golden Bachelor's Women Tell All episode, for starting with a warning that the show may be disturbing to viewers under 65. Thank you, Election Day, for forcing all of us to make exceptionally important decisions in our old high school gymnasium. Thank you, Apartment Smoke Detector, for alerting me there's a fire by doing a Mariah Carey impression. Thank you, AutoCorrect, for waiting until the exact second I hit send to ruin a message. Thank you, Pizza Hut Hong Kong's new snake pizza, for being the first time a delivery guy says, "Who ordered the snake pizza?" and it's not the start of a porno. You guys, there you have it. Those are our thank you notes. We'll be right back with Tom Hiddleston, everybody.
Hey, hey.